It's not just certified teachers that rebel against learning. It's strange. I was at badminton and there's a lot of points I've been making because the guy in the back gets his shot taken away from the girl in the front who backs up to get it when she's in the middle. It's a faux pas in doubles. So we made a lot of points. At some point I say, you could say, mine. This tall, young, athletic man in his maybe mid or late 20s rebels and says, no, it's my choice not to, or whatever, and something like that. And if I don't accept that, he's walking off. and I said, well, if you disagree, I said, so this guy didn't just not want me to disagree, that he could give a lot of points away, which frustrates them both, and hit the rackets, and maybe get hurt. But he also, and I didn't do it at the beginning. I'd do it because we're making a lot of points in that way, and that person is playing with him also rebels against learning for all their life, pretty much. So what's weird is I said, well, of course I disagree, but I'm gonna not say anything about it and just keep going. But he didn't like that. He didn't like that I disagreed with his choice to not say mine, for example, and he said, I don't want to be coached. And he thinks that if I disagree with him about, I don't know if he thought I was disagreeing about him needing to be coached or about his choice to not say mine. But the thing is he was gonna walk away and not let me disagree with him, but keep playing. And I said, well, I'm sorry. I mean, I am going to disagree, but move on. Otherwise, you're trying to domesticate me right now to agree with your choice to. And it's not. I don't know if he knows I'm a certified badminton coach, but if he said that, did he say that because he was already maybe toxified against me? This person I don't know, or was it just I'm good enough that he would know maybe. There's coaching experience. But I mean, do I need a PhD in linguistics? Because I think still people will say, no, it's my choice not to communicate or not to use language as a grade 8. And I tell you, it should make me cry, but this one is it's too ridiculous. It's not. If there was a few other triggers like this today, and to avoid them, I guess I should just isolate myself. But if there's a few more today where people really rebel against social progress or personal development, or and there's arguments I'm hearing because of rules. And here again, it's the person that's not in charge, but that wants to decide everything, and their way, always get it their way when they feel like, oh no, I really want this, I'm not going to be too community minded there, I want to play the winners, let's say. And he allows faults, so sometimes there's arguments, and the arguments are not going to go away. They're going to keep happening, because I tell you, I'm finding it hard to learn the rules about pickleball. One guy, Gary, was helping me just with the concept of net shots with pickleball, where I'm trying to program my brain. Oh, you can hit it in the air as long as you don't cross that kitchen line or whatever it's called, the yellow line. And you don't have to let it bounce here because it reached you behind the yellow line. And the only time you have to come in when it's really tight at the net, like coming straight up and down, is after the bounce. Like programming my brain for this. And also the fact they do 2 serves after the first serve, is they each get 2 serves. That is re-confusing me at badminton now when I switch sides. But I don't get mad, I laugh, and I don't specifically think I have a disability worse than others when I screw up in this way. But it's my attitude that makes me laugh, and it's my attitude that keeps me saying to myself, and I'm role modeling this learning. Like when I made a flaw at pickleball, I say, oh, my brain thought this, and I got a Martin. And sometimes when I say this, people think I'm mad. No, I'm just trying to reprogram my brain for this different sport that uses the same lines, right? And people are so nice, letting me try different paddles and rackets, and some seem more expensive than I've ever spent on a badminton racket. Anyways, so it's more of a challenge for me, not just getting back in shape, but You know, the difference is that actually incorporates the working memory to be successful, because it happens very quickly sometimes where that yellow line is when you're coming to cover a net shot, you know. But yeah, I know my brain's capable of it. I mean, it took me 10 years to learn to play doubles properly, but I also learned a lot about my brain back then. So it's not going to take me 10 years to do the same at pickleball. And that's kind of what I bring into as role modeling, while others, they just rebel against learning that it's not even as hard as what I just described at pickleball, because it could just be mine, and it could be like with the partner I'm playing and I wanted her to be at the front, I just say, before I serve, remember you get the net shot. And when somebody does that and you have a good rapport with them, it's enough. It's enough that the mistakes diminish, that the person knows they're getting the net shot after I serve from behind her. And again, it's attitude, right? It's a lady that's now calling me brother because we supported each other at learning the game, right? I helped her and her husband a lot. So it's community and it's free coaching, and it makes it that attitude is transferable to other things. You know, what if that young man is like this when he's in a relationship with a girl he loves and she's trying to point out better ways to communicate, and he's like, he's gonna walk out if he can't do it his way, which is not working. You know, like, think about this, guys. It affects everything, your rebellion against learning. Right now you've got premiers that most of you are too ridiculous to know are collaborating with the Prime Minister about pipelines. And I mean, it's okay, but I mean, there's very little talk at the same time about, during the same conferences where you talk about this, it should start by saying, we realize this is also happening in Canada right now. And this is our long-term plan, because capitalism is always a short-term solution that creates more problems later. So if you want to have a non-economics, you want to have a sociology-related definition of the evolutionary dead end of capitalism, is it's a short-term solution creating more problems later, and the short-term solution to the problem you're solving is a capitalist-derived problem. So of course, you know, I'm still in search of the elusive homo sapien.